Welcome to the Jared Bush segment. This next segment is going to be on following the holiday segment, the Christmas special, just into the New Year's resolution segment. This is one of my favorite segments, I feel like, just because it's starting a new year. You got a clean slate. Regardless of the last year, you get to start fresh. You understand, like, hey, whatever mistakes you made, whatever failures that you had, you get to learn from them, move on. And guess what? Everybody starts off at the same plateau, the same stance. So just wanted to touch base and kind of get right into this segment. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Jared Bush, number 24, former Packer defensive back, number 24, number one in your hearts. The topic is the art of coaching and finding your reasons of success, developing some of your reasons of success. And what are some of those reasons? What are some of those reasons that you want to have success? What are some of the reasons, or they call it in the Bible, your rod and your staff, of the reasons why you want to succeed, or really why you want to continue the path that you really want to go? And I feel like during my times of playing tennis and during my times of playing football, I feel like a lot of times it was representing my community. I definitely feel like my friends and family, those faces, those smiles, all the times that they have driven me to practice. They have like made meals for us. Times that they've given us presents. The times that they've given us little nuggets of like words of advice, just along the way through life. And I definitely feel that it was definitely something that I carried with me with a chip on my shoulder when I stepped onto that field or that tennis court, because it definitely gave me something just to rely on, to kind of just hang my hat on of who I was representing. One of the things, some of the reasons that I feel like I developed was your legacy. A lot of men and women understand that they have a legacy, and what do you want that legacy to look like? Who do you want that legacy to be carried on to the next shoulders? What child, and what are those things? Some of those things that you're going to allow yourself for legacy to be protected. I feel like that legacy is very important, because when you're gone and God blesses you to go up to the heavens, who is that person that you want to carry on that legacy, and what do you want them to know to carry on? And I think it's very important to let them know that how important it is, and how valuable it is to have your name carried on, to have your legacy carried on to the next generation. Another tidbit, or it's another reason was again, like what I touched on earlier, was the community that brought you up. I feel like a child is raised by a village, not just two single parents. And I think that's especially true, because how many times you go to the barbershop and you take little nuggets here and there from words of wisdom from older guys, or you go to a hair salon, you go to the nail salon, or you go to the recreational center of the Duke Center, or you go to some type of rec center where a coach definitely lays some foundational wisdom or some conventional wisdom on you. And I think you definitely feel that wisdom throughout the times of into your adult life, and it definitely carries on. Another part was providing your provision. Your provision of a man, or provision as a woman to provide for your family. Like, what are those reasons when you're tired and you're exhausted, and you don't feel like doing it anymore. You don't feel like doing it anymore. You're stuck in a rut. Like, what do you do? What do you do when you're stuck in the rut and you're tired, you're exhausted, and you don't want to get up in the morning? You don't have any more passion for what you do. Developing your rods and your staff, developing your reasons why is something that's going to carry you through some of those tough times. I know it definitely carried me through a lot of my tough times, some of my trials and tribulations. My family. Understand that knowing my family loved me, knowing that my family deeply cared about me, understand that I wanted to have a family and kids, that I wanted to be able to provide for them and see them grow up. My spirituality, I feel like as developed later as an adult in my mid-20s and late 20s and early 30s, I feel like that was something that later came on in my life, and understand that I needed that be a part of me and what I wanted to be and what type of man I wanted to look myself in the mirror at the end of the day. I think it was a huge part, and until I started developing those reasons as well as my spirituality, that's when I really saw myself and understand, like, hey, this is where I'm really focused. This is understanding, like, when this is what I really want to do, and start waking up with passion instead of a daunting sense or intimidating factor of can I do this, or kind of losing hope. I feel like another rod or staff or just another reasons why. Maybe because you may be the only child in the family. If you're the only child in the family, right, you don't really have other siblings to rely on. I feel like that's really important because I definitely feel that you definitely have a lot of pressure to carry on that legacy to the next generation. And you don't want to fail. You don't want to let your family down. You don't want to let your grandpa, your great-great-grandpa down because they worked hard for that legacy. And so you just want to continue to carry the torch as best you can with pride and with integrity and with perseverance. And you definitely want to allow that to speak dividends and just passing the torch on to the next generation. What are some other reasons that you want to develop that you feel that, that helps you get up in the morning, that helps you continue to carry that torch, that continues to allow yourself to keep going the direction that you're going, leading towards success? I feel like a lot of times, again, like when you get stuck in the rut, like what do you do? What do you do to allow yourself to breathe, allow yourself to flourish? I think one of the biggest things that I could come up was just putting yourself in some uncomfortable situation. Understand, like, hey, like even though you might love, if you love speaking and you're deathly afraid of being a public speaker, get out there and go out there and speak. I think one of the best things get out there is just get out there and start speaking. I think that's one of the biggest things I learned. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing this segment is because I love speaking. But this is kind of like in my starting phases, and I'm still learning some of the tidbits and some of the things that that I need to put together. So this is me doing my practice each and every day, trying to get better and better. And I think that's just the best way to do it, man. Is to just dive yourself in it, keep practicing, understand that you're going to get better at things. You're not going to get it right away, but I promise you this. I promise you that if you don't give up and you keep going, you keep giving your 100% effort, and you look for other resources, and you look for the different mentors, and you be a part of some groups that are doing what you're doing, I definitely feel that you're gonna finally fully grasp of what you really, really desire. And you start to become lucrative in that business, and whatever you want to do, and whether it be selling cars, whether it be retail, whether it be an attorney, whether it be a CEO, whatever you want to do. So this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to give to the people. This is what I give to my audience. Is just developing your reasons, your rod and your staff, man. Reasons of success and reasons to keep going, even though you might be in a tough spot and might be stuck in the rut. So again, peace. My name is Jared Bush, number 24, number 1 in your heart. Peace out.